Aston Villa 3, Liverpool 3, the Reds involved in yet another defensive disaster class, another collapse at the hands of Unai Emery's Aston Villa. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome to another video. Yes, today's video is going to centre around the game that just played out between Aston Villa and Liverpool. A pretty much nothing game with only Aston Villa securing Champions League football on the line. For Liverpool, third place is done and dusted. For Aston Villa, of course, it was a chance to really kind of cement their position in the top four. They'd pretty much done that. But, of course, it occurred through two late goals by John Duran after Liverpool were 3-1 up at one point. And then Aston Villa made the substitution and Duran came on and scored a quick-fire double to secure Aston Villa a point at Villa Park in their final home game of the season. Where, of course, we're going to be talking about this game and everything else about it. But before we go any further, we'd like to remind you, please like the video and also subscribe if you're new. Both things are always incredibly greatly appreciated. Get involved in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, in regards to the instant match reaction to this game. Anything along those lines will be great. Will make for great interesting reading, I'm sure. But without further ado, let's get on with the video. Let's talk Liverpool and the draw that there's just played out at Villa Park between themselves and Aston Villa. Look, it's difficult to care about, but at the same time, it's still frustrating, if you know what I mean. Like, it's difficult to care about a game that has very little riding on it. There was absolutely nothing for Liverpool to really gain from this other than 3 points to kind of end the season in the best possible way, send Jurgen Klopp into the sunset, so to speak. And yet these players have somewhat let him down again. I don't necessarily think it's all of their fault. I think the 4 substitutions in the second half really killed Liverpool's momentum. If they were introduced gradually, maybe it could have been a little different. But I think 4 subs at the same time pretty much killed the game for Liverpool. And it allowed Aston Villa to really come back into it. And, you know, again, it's a case of Liverpool not finishing off their chances and then playing in such a way that they seem to bore themselves to sleep. And when they bore themselves to sleep, mistakes happen. Not that obviously defending is a massive part of seemingly what we do in games anymore, but even so, defensively, we are a shambles. We are a shambles defensively. It's incredible to think that not so long ago I was praising the likes of, you know, Conor Bradley and Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate for being imperious and being incredible. And then in the space of a few short weeks, our defence has fell apart and we just don't defend anymore. We just don't defend anymore. Like, every time Villa went forward, it looked like they were going to score. They kept on getting in behind our fullbacks. The likes of Leon Bailey and Moussa Diaby were constantly finding space in behind. Villa were just putting the ball in between our centre-back and the fullback positions and just allowing them to run onto it and create something. And every single time it looked like Villa could score. It was just unbelievable the way that they were finding so much space and so much joy down either wing. It really did not matter. And of course, Ollie Watkins was also finding a lot of space and joy in those particular areas as well, dragging the fullbacks out of position. Arne Slot coming in has got a massive job on his hands of changing the defensive side of this team. Going forward, we could be dangerous. We very well could be. We have the potential to be dangerous. We lack a bit of a killer instinct, but we've got a lot of potential there. Defensively, we're all over the place. I mean, take the Ollie Watkins goal that was disallowed in the second half. The cutback from, I believe, Bailey takes out 4 defenders. His Cruyff turn to set up Ollie Watkins takes out 4 Liverpool defenders, all getting back. And no one's picking up the man. No one's picking up Ollie Watkins, who's got the freedom of the penalty area to sweep it home. Now, fortunately, that goal was given as offside, as was a couple of other goals tonight. But that should have been a warning. We didn't heed that warning. We didn't heed any kind of warning. Before Tielemans scored, they had an opportunity in a similar sort of position in the first half in the other box, where it was just a miss kick, I believe. It was, I believe, Watkins miskicked it and it went out for a goal kick. But that should have been a warning sign, and we didn't heed it. So we start the game off with a calamitous own goal from Emi Martinez. Harvey Elliott's cross is blocked by Pau Torres. It deflects into the arms of Martinez, but you can't handle it, and it goes into the back of the net. A calamitous, hilarious own goal, and Liverpool actually start the game off going 1-0 ahead and are quick out the blocks. And now you're thinking, great, just go about your business. They've got to come out now. It will allow us to... An early goal will open up the game. It will allow us to go forward and to obviously hit them on the counter-attack or whatever the case may be with them being at home. And maybe we can actually get a bit more joy. And to be fair, we had a fair bit. We had some potential. We had a couple of moments that could have obviously been better with a better final ball. Again, the final ball was just off tonight on so many occasions that it was unbelievable, because our final third just doesn't... It disconnects, and I don't understand why. And then from that one attempt that I mentioned earlier from Villa, they have another attempt, and it finds its way to the back of the net. Tielemans absolutely slams it into the bottom corner, and it's 1-1. And you're thinking, we've been in control for most of the first half already. Got the early goal, and then we just go and typically throw it away, like we have done for the past several weeks, and which is why the wheels have completely fallen off our season. It's typical Liverpool. And then we go 2-1 up. Cody Gakpo, Joe Gomez on the overlap. Luis Diaz feeds him. Decent effort from Gomez. Martinez again cannot handle it, and it falls into the path of Gakpo, who makes no mistake from extremely close range and with an open goal at his mercy. Unfortunate for Gomez. I thought it was fortunate as well that it wasn't given offside. It did seem extremely close. But as it was, the goal was given. Fair enough. Villa miss a gilt-edge opportunity from an open goal situation as well. I believe it was Carlos. Diego Carlos, I believe it was. I want to say that was him. Misses a gilt-edge opportunity from very close range. That was terrifying, and again showed the lack of discipline in that Liverpool back line, the lack of defending in that back line, the lack of IQ, and that was just evident throughout the night. Throughout the night, there's just a lack of footballing IQ from Liverpool, whether it be in the attacking third or whether it be in the defensive third. Just poor. Just absolutely poor. Second half starts and we go 3-1 up. Harvey Elliott's free kick is headed home brilliantly by Jarell Kwanzaa. A solid goal by the youngster. His first Premier League goal. And it was brilliantly taken by the youngster as well. And there you're thinking, just see the game out. Just see the game out. But we don't. Again, like I say, I think the 4 substitutions that occur after that 3-1, I think Klopp's thinking the game's done and dusted. Give everybody a bit of a run out for, my kind of swan song kind of thing. And it kills the momentum of the game. 4 subs killed the momentum of the game. Doesn't matter who you brought on, whether it was Szoboszlai, whether it was Nunes, whether it's Gravenberch, whoever else it was. Jones, I think, came on as well. It killed the momentum of the game. Villa came back into it, and then before you know it, it's 3-2. Duran, he's a good footballer, Duran, but he can't spell John. And I'm not going to make a Duran joke, because obviously that's well overused. And as soon as obviously he scored his second goal, Jesus Christ, everybody and their mums were tweeting Duran. So I'm not going to mention that. But what I will say is that he might be a good footballer, but he can't spell John properly. It's Jhon, apparently. That's how he spelled it. I don't understand why. And there might be some sort of meaning behind it, or it might just be how they spell it. I don't know. But he might be a good footballer, but he can't spell John. Very well taken finish. But again, it's through Liverpool's own mistakes. We were pretty calm in that second half. They didn't really test us a lot. They were still a little threat, but we were dealing with it for the most part. And then we just switch off. We switch off, and of all people to switch off, it was Alexis McAllister. Heavy touch on the edge of his own area. It allows Aston Villa to capitalise, pounce on him, and trigger the press. And as soon as they do, Duran finishes it brilliantly from the edge of the penalty area. Very well taken, drilled finish. And then you think, okay, 3-2. Cool, we're still in the winning position. Just don't do anything stupid. What do? We do something stupid. We don't pick up the runners again. It's a pass/shot from distance that deflects off of Duran and loops slightly fortuitously into the back of the net. What are we doing? What do we do in training, seriously, defensively? It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane the way that we cannot defend. We'll have some good moments, but then the moment that we get too complacent and the moment that we seem in complete control, that's the trigger warning for when we are not in control, because we are a split second away from doing something stupid. You know the Simpsons meme of everybody's watching Homer at work and I think it's Lenny who says, "Get ready everyone, he's about to do something stupid." That's the Liverpool defence in a nutshell. No matter how calm the situation seems, no matter how much the pressure is relieved, we are a split second away from doing something stupid and throwing away the game that we've worked so hard to try and win. I can blame Jurgen Klopp for killing the momentum, but these players have taken some responsibility as well, that maybe some of them just aren't good enough. Maybe that is what we've got to realise as well. Maybe Arne Slott's got a bigger job on his hand than we realise, and that's saying something coming from a team that is going to finish a good 7 or 8, 9 points behind the potential winners of the Premier League. That's saying something considering we're finishing third this season. He's got a lot of work to do, mainly defensively, but also in the attacking third, to get our attackers on song. Because Cody Gakpo, like I say, he's actually turned a bit of a corner these past few weeks. His performances have been very impressive in a team that's not looked that impressive. And he's actually gotten better, and I think his goal contributions are also showing that right now. The others, not so good. I thought Salah had a decent first half, died down in the second half. I thought Luis Diaz was trying too much, trying too hard, and in the end it showed, because I felt like his effectiveness wore off as the game wore on. I just can't, and that's not to mention, like I say, the moments that Villa had, the chances Villa created, of course the offside goal. Liverpool had an offside goal as well, 2 offside goals actually. Harvey Elliott's goal was ruled out for offside, definitely was, and Darwin Núñez had a goal, very well taken goal by Núñez's standards, that was also ruled off for offside in typical fashion. That guy is born offside. Seriously, he's born offside. Like, come on, dude. Too busy drawing horses and not enough reading up on the offside law. Seriously. Yeah, it's a madness to me. And by the way, just speaking on offsides, one thing I will say about tonight, the amount of time it took for the offsides to be worked out, whether it was for Liverpool's second goal, whether it was for Aston Villa's goal that was ruled out, whether it was for the Harvey Elliott goal, or whatever other offside appeal was made tonight, the time it took was a joke, and the semi-automated VAR cannot come into this game any quicker. It cannot arrive in the Premier League any quicker, because we seriously need it. These linesmen and officials definitely need it. It can't come soon enough. It really, really can't. Look, going forward, shambles tonight, particularly the second half, the final 20 minutes or so. Like I say, Liverpool seemingly in a bit of control, and then we just go and throw it all away, because that's just what we've been like these past couple of months. Bring on the end of the season. Sunday, Wolverhampton Wanderers, final home game for Jurgen Klopp. We know it's going to be a bit of a party atmosphere. We know that obviously that might play into our advantage a little bit. It'd be typical Liverpool, though, if we were to send him off in a pretty disappointing, underwhelming kind of way. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping he gets the proper send-off that he deserves. I'm hoping it's an absolute party. I'm hoping the crowd are very much on it from minute 1 to the final minute. I'm hoping that we absolutely get plenty of goals. I'm hoping it's a very much party atmosphere to celebrate who has been our best manager in the Premier League era, who has delivered us so much, who gave us everything that he promised and more, seemingly. I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping we can ride the season off on a high, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad the season is over, to be honest, because we need a serious sort of we need some serious look. We need some serious operation work being done on the squad. Serious operation work. Like I say, the defense needs to be better drilled in defending. The attack needs to work together more and needs to find some sort of level of unity, and not seem so disconnected at times. And it is what it is. Like I say, it's difficult because although I may seem like I'm annoyed, and I am annoyed and frustrated that we couldn't obviously hold on to the win. I want to win every game regardless of the level of importance, whether or not it actually means something or not in the bigger picture or not. I want to win it because it's a win, it's 3 points, and I genuinely believe that we should be winning every game, or going for the win in every game, should I say. And at the same time, it's somewhat difficult to care because there was nothing riding on the game as far as a Liverpool perspective goes. So it's kind of a bit up and down, but at the same time, like I say, to lose it it feels like a loss because we were 3-1 up. But to lose the 3-1 lead the way that we did, to obviously now take a point from this game when we should have took 3, it's annoying. It's so frustrating. It's so annoying. But yeah, it's nothing. It's not even genuinely a surprise when you've been obviously following Liverpool for the past couple of months and seeing how much we collapse in certain games and at certain key moments in games. So it's not that surprising overall, but yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Like I say, I think Arne Slot coming in has got a massive job on his hands. And I say we've got to just look towards it for the future now. We just got to look towards, Sunday. We'll take that. We'll just go with it with a party atmosphere. We'll go with it with a celebration. We'll go with it with just giving Jurgen Klopp the send off that I hope that, given the context, he deserves. It should have been more. We should be battling for more at the end of the season. But of course, these players have somewhat let him down. I'm not saying that Klopp is completely blameless, but at the same time, I think it's mostly the players in this kind of scenario that have somewhat let him down. But yeah, it is what it is. So there you have it. Those are just the thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it, of this guy. I want to know what you guys think. What do you make of Liverpool's 3-3 draw with Aston Villa tonight? What do you make of the performance, the result, and everything else in between? Would love to hear from you all in the comment section down below. Your thoughts, comments, opinions, predictions, feelings, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure will make for great and interesting reading. Otherwise, hit the like button on the way out if you enjoy the video. Subscribe if you are new or want to see more content like this. Both things are always and very greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you all so much for watching and listening. I've been Fletch. This has been another Fletch Talks video, and I'll see you speak to you all again soon in another video or live stream or whatever it may be. Cheers, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. Speak to you all again very, very soon.